Anna and I are heading into our second week of our Eurail backpacking trip, and today we're heading to Munich, Germany. We haven't been reserving seats on the trains if we can avoid it because we're two girlies on a budget, and today that means we're sitting on the floor because the train is completely full. We just got to our Munich hostel and look how nice it is. There's a fan and a safe, a little reading nook light, and then a charging port. And then there's a whole nother safe underneath the bed. This hostel is super cute, obviously very open, and the people staying here are so friendly and chatty. We made like 5 different friends in our first hour here alone. We are officially at our Munich hostel. The beds are so funny. They close the way like sleeper trains in olden days closed.
I hold you so close, I think you must hear my heart tingle. We're hand in hand, cheek to cheek, and floating in midair. When you are near, spring is everywhere.
We are properly in Munich. Woohoo! We are at the Victualienmarkt. When I was a kid, my family and I used to go to an Oktoberfest in Lake Tahoe every year. It's crazy how similar those vibes were to the actual market happening here in Munich. One of the best parts of America is its ability to hold and showcase so much diversity and culture. You can learn so much about the entire world just by interacting with enough people throughout America. It always amazes me how familiar foreign countries sometimes feel to me simply because I've come in contact with some of their culture back home. Heading to a cute cafe that was recommended to us, and I can't pronounce the name, so I'm just going to show you in a second. Wow, they're actually painting. I got a cardamom knot.
Hast du sie ja beides gemacht?
Our hostel has a kitchen area and like all the supplies that we need to cook, so we're gonna go to the grocery store and get some ingredients so that I can make dinner tomorrow night and maybe save a little bit of money. Also tomorrow's Sunday, and according to Anna, everything's closed on Sunday. So we might not have any other option for food. $10 for dinner tomorrow. We were passing by some plants and I saw a kid picking what I assumed was a fruit, and so I like went up and I asked him and I guess his dad, I was like, what is that plant? And they're like, it's Edic. So I looked it up and it's a fruit. And I'm gonna try it and hopefully not die. Anna's making a disapproving face. Definitely not ripe, but also definitely a fruit. So I just went to the train station to get coffee because here in Germany, almost everything is closed on Sundays. And one of the things that I've been noticing about Germany is just like everyone is drinking beer always, constantly. Like they have it in their hand while they're walking down the street, they're coming off the train, they're like sipping their beer. And that's kind of a culture shock for me because in America, we're not allowed to have like open alcohol in public spaces. Very sugary. Anna spent most of today training at the gym for her powerlifting competition, so I took a rest day to hang out at the hostel, do work on my computer, and talk to strangers. I love women because I'll literally like compliment their skirt or something and they'll tell me where they got it, what city they got it in, what year they got it, like all the information so that I can get it for myself. Like, women are the best. Today, Anna and I are taking an informational guided tour through Dachau, the first and longest running concentration camp in Nazi Germany. Anna and I wanted to come here because it's such an important and relevant relic of history. It seems disingenuous to pretend like these European countries are all sunshine and Aperols. They are not. Intermixed with all the loveliness of sightseeing, cultural exchange, and walkable cities, it also feels important to acknowledge and learn about some of the darker histories of these places, to visit sites like Dachau in person, and widen the lens in how we view these countries, no matter how outwardly beautiful they may be. At the end of our tour, our guide left us with this last thought. It is important to remember the 40,000 Jews who were murdered in the Holocaust, but I think it is just as important to remember the 40,000 who were saved, and what the world can do when we stand up together and say enough is enough. Now we're walking through the English Garden, and we just saw all the surfers who are surfing on like the man-made river waves. and that was pretty cool. Today is our last full day in Munich, and tomorrow we are headed to Innsbruck. So we're making the most of our day. Bad cooking habit is I want to check on the rice like every minute, and that prevents it from cooking. We're gonna try the most traditional of the German beers. That free food shelf really came in clutch with the butter. A castle. So we just crossed the border from Germany to Austria, and we've got another hour on train before we get to Innsbruck. So now that we're leaving Germany, Anna, what did you think of Germany?
It's pretty cool. It's really scary trying to speak German.
Oh yeah, she was our language specialist. She's the only one who knows any German. It's gonna keep coming in handy in Innsbruck, I think.
The one day we're here.
Oh shit, we have to start practicing our Italian.
Yeah. Kind of been delaying that.
Buongiorno. It kind of smells like snow. We arrived in Innsbruck too early to check into our hostel, but they let us store our bags in the locker room. So in the meantime, we decided to go on a little hike, because surrounding Innsbruck is none other than the Austrian Alps. What if I drop my phone into this river right now? Or the house that will absolutely break in my bag if I buy it. Is it chocolate? She got us hot chocolate. I'm sitting by this cold ass open window and I was like, I want hot chocolate. And Anna came through. It's a long line of police officers. What is happening?
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by, doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole?
I finally finished reading the book I was reading, The Dark Forest, which is the second book of the 3 Body Problem series. Which means that at the next hostel we go to, I can finally get rid of the book because I've literally been carrying a whole 3rd extra bag just for that book. And I'm excited to not do that anymore.
Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone.
We're in Italy and it got warm. Venice took my breath away. From gondolas drifting down vibrant blue canals to charming buildings that have been standing for hundreds of years, The corridors between buildings are contorted, confusing, and sometimes claustrophobic. Shop windows are cluttered with Murano glass beads, puppets, and masks. The city was one of the most relevant European centers of theatrical productions, and some of the theaters would perform in the palazzos of Venetian nobility, which apparently used to be very fond of marionettes. I could simply feel that theatrical playfulness radiating from the city, with the way the streets turn you all around, then trap you in the most beautiful little piazza you'll never manage to find again. Then you turn the right corner and you're hit by echoes of extravagance and wealth. Hand in hand with the awe and enchantment of this place is also a looming sadness. I feel fortunate to visit Venice and witness its character and charm, but there is also guilt, looking at the throng of tourists, knowing that today they probably outnumber the locals, and knowing I am one of them. Over-tourism is a big issue here in Venice. Foot traffic wears down the city's infrastructure, public services are overwhelmed, the lagoon's ecosystem has been damaged by huge cruise ships and pollution, and climate change, largely caused by Western countries, including my own, has already caused rising water levels which are slowly sinking the city. Beyond that, increased tourism has degraded Venice's unique culture. There are more souvenir shops and multinational businesses, fewer local crafters and mom-and-pop shops, and it becomes hard to find the heart of the city when you're struggling to weave through crowds as packed as sardines. Despite all that, Venice still has so much beauty and energy. I can feel it here. The city is taking measures to protect itself and its inhabitants, which is so wonderful to see, and I really hope tourists that visit here do their best to travel responsibly, support local, keep the streets clean, and help preserve the city for generations to come. It got really hot, really fast, and I'm in a long sleeve shirt. I found some people on Hostel World who are willing to share a gondola ride with us. They cost €80 per ride, so with 4 people we only paid 20 each. Seeing the city from the water also reminded me of The Tourist, which is one of my mom's favorite movies because it's set in Venice, and then all of a sudden I was recognizing all the places that were featured in that movie and trying to figure out how they realistically filmed the boat chase scenes in these narrow canals.
I guess that's why.
It didn't though.
No.
I guess it looked.
That's so cool.
Did you feel like safe bartending?
Yeah. No, I did. Thanks so much.
We ended up also getting dinner with our new friends. It's so fun to see how easy it really is to make connections abroad, even if you just end up hanging out for a day. I'm so glad we came to Venice and experienced all its glory at least once in our lives, but I'm not sure I'll ever go back. With love for the city and given the very real issues of over-tourism and sinking infrastructure, I think in the future I'll relieve the city of at least one more tourist, and let Venice live forever this way, even if only in my memory.